Picking your first or your next watch is not an easy task. It takes many days of looking what's out there and sorting through what you like and don't like. But what does really matter when you're making your final decision? There are a few factors which you need to check before you order your timepiece. In this video, I will show you how to do that. Let's go! First or next watch. The first thing you need to think about is whether you're looking for your first or your next watch. If you're about to buy your first watch ever, you should generally avoid watches that are too special in any way. This is because your first watch will probably be your daily watch for a long time. And you want your first watch to be universal for any outfit of yours and universal for any event you might go to. Otherwise, you will feel bad for spending your money on something you can't wear at all times, especially as a newcomer to the game. So my personal recommendation is that your first watch is a classic type watch with a basic dial color, for instance black or white. My first watch was the Seiko Presage with the black dial. It's really a pretty looking watch and I can wear it every day. I have a few other watches, but my black Presage is still my primary watch. And in case you already have a watch and you're looking for your next watch, then I recommend going for another type of watch. For instance, if you already have a classic type watch, get a diver. If you already have a diver, get a chronograph. You get the idea. Just go for another watch type. But even with your next watch, you should still be careful with colors. Always think how you can combine the watch with your own lifestyle. If you are currently living a lifestyle where you, for instance, prefer the color yellow on everything, even on your watch, then you should keep in mind that with time your opinion will change. Therefore, you should think long term when you're picking the color of your watch. Going for basic colors like black, white or gray is usually safe, and also those are usually the best looking colors on a watch, even after 10 years. Materials and size. You should always look at the specifications of a watch. The case diameter, for instance, is very important. If you generally have big hands, then you should make sure that the case diameter is big enough for you and vice versa if you have small hands. I personally prefer watches with a case diameter of 39 millimeters. Another important factor is the weight of a watch. A total watch weight of 150 grams, for example, will feel very different from 100 grams, especially if you plan to wear your watch on a daily basis. When it comes to materials, the very first thing I check is the crystal, which is basically the glass covering the face of the watch. The best type of crystal is the so-called sapphire crystal, because that type of crystal is scratch resistant. There are many other types of crystals, but bear in mind that scratches on your watch will happen, unfortunately. Finally, you need to check the case material. Steel is the standard case material of a watch, since it offers a great balance between weight and quality. Sometimes you see titanium, which is a very light material. But I personally don't like titanium because since it's very light, it somehow feels cheap to me. But that is my opinion and yours might be different for a very good reason. Just make sure that you're checking the case material of your next watch. Movement. Checking the movement of your watch is also very important. The movement is also called the caliber. Usually, an online shop will just tell you the movement model number or at least Swiss made. But I recommend that you actually check the details of the movement, even if it means that you're doing a quick research on your own. Look for the accuracy of the movement, especially at how many seconds a movement is gaining or losing per day. Plus minus 10 to 15 seconds per day is normal. If it's less, even better. The accuracy can tell you how often you will need to readjust the time on your watch. My Seiko Presage, for instance, has an accuracy of -15 plus 25 seconds per day. And in my experience, I need to readjust the time every 2 to 3 days, just so you know. Another important factor which you need to check for your new watch is the power reserve of the movement. The power reserve will tell you how long you can leave the watch standing still until it won't run anymore. This doesn't mean that the watch will break and permanently stop when the power reserve runs out. It just means that when the power reserve runs out, you just need to shake the watch around so the power reserve can recharge again. The power reserve is important when you have many watches, because believe me, it is annoying when you have to spend a few minutes to readjust the date and time of your watch every time you're switching up your timepiece. Going hands-on. When you have done all the research and you are pretty sure what you want, then the last thing you need to do is to go into a watch store and actually look at the watch in real life. Trust me, the watch salesman will be very happy to welcome a high potential watch customer like you, and he or she will gladly show you the watch which you want to check out. You need to see how the watch feels and looks in real life on your wrist. Take your time and feel the watch, especially the case and the bracelet. Check if the watch feels good or cheap. You can rotate the bezel if it has one, or just look at how the seconds hand is moving. You need to do all of this because you will wear the watch for a long time, and you will possibly pass it on to your children. So just make sure that you really like it. You don't have to make a decision right there at the store, but you can take a lot of pictures of the watch while it is on your wrist to look at them later when you're back home. And whenever you're ready to buy, you can then place the order online, or even better, go back to the store and maybe even get a discount from the watch salesman. And that's it. These are my tips for buying a watch. If you have any questions or other tips, please let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you again for watching, and see you on the next one.